All right, folks, I recently watched Licorice Pizza, the newest Paul Thomas Anderson movie, and I thought it would be worth doing a review, particularly because of some of the criticism that the movie received. I think it got very good reviews, but one of the main critiques of it was that the main relationship in the movie takes place between a 15-year-old boy, precocious 15-year-old boy, and a sort of immature 25-year-old girl. There's one way to look at this, of course, which is that that's creepy and illegal. But when you watch the film, it's not so much that they're dating or anything. There's sort of this tension there, and I want to get into why I think that exists. So it's a reasonable critique, but I think there's more to it. So the movie stars Philip Seymour Hoffman's son, who I think is excellent in it. And then the co-star is Alana Haim, who is from the band Haim. She's in a band with her sister, super talented. And I thought she was very good. I don't know if she'd ever been in a movie before. So, and I don't think that Philip Seymour Hoffman's son had been in one. So I thought they were both very good. Paul Thomas Anderson had done a lot of work with Philip Seymour Hoffman over the years, numerous films. So it was kind of natural, I suppose, that when his son wanted to get into acting and carry on his deceased father's legacy, that Paul Thomas Anderson had interest in working with him. So the start of the movie tells a lot of the story. It starts out with Philip Seymour Hoffman's son talking into a mirror. And you eventually realize that the mirror is being held up by Alana Haim's character. And they then go in and he gets his photo taken for school pictures. So what was happening is it was during class picture day, and she was offering a mirror to anyone. It was pre-cell phone era. This movie probably takes place in the 70s or so. Pre-cell phone era, so you bring a mirror around, make sure everyone's happy with how they look before a photo's taken. And he's flirting with her the whole time. He's saying, why don't we go out to dinner tonight? And I'm an actor and blah, blah, blah. And he is an actor. He's been on TV shows and he's trying to become a star and he's got all these business ventures and stuff. So he's extremely precocious. And again, she's pretty immature. So she is clearly being wooed by him and acting disinterested, but clearly she's interested. And he keeps egging her on, says, hey, meet me at such and such restaurant tonight. So eventually she does meet him there. They seem to have a good time. She then chaperones him on a trip because his mother can't come. And it's for a night show appearance, sort of like a Johnny Carson type show or Ed Sullivan show, more likely. But she then ends up meeting another actor there who she more falls for, who seems to be a little older than the main character. So that's a constant theme in the movie. So it's really, yes, they're in a relationship, sort of, or trying to be in one. But what I think it really is it's one person, in a sense. So it's one person who's running towards adulthood, and it's one person who's running away from it, trying to run back to childhood. And they each find each other, or they each find the direction they want to go in each other. And that's sort of the metaphor of the mirror, the symbolism of the mirror. It's like you're looking into this person and they represent what you want to be, in a sense. And that's kind of how I think Paul Thomas Anderson was going with that story. And throughout the movie, they're constantly being tested. They are having their vanity, their inflated views of themselves tested. So, for example, the main character, the young man, gets tested by a girl he used to like, who's now very impressed with him that he has a successful business. And then Alana Haim's character gets tested when a movie producer played by Sean Penn invites her out for drinks. And, this is old Hollywood. You kind of know where that's going. And that's Sean Penn is a very interesting character in the film. I don't even know if he was playing a character or just being himself because he's such a wild guy. But anyway, he's there at the restaurant. He starts speaking in all these weird riddles and metaphors. And it's almost like this forked-tongued devil trying to lull her in, and he's giving her drinks and stuff, which, she's of age, but it's still like he's trying to ply her with alcohol. And then they go outside and there's a whole scene there where he's on a motorcycle. He has her on the back. Thankfully she falls off, but they have him jump over a fire pit. So they create this fire in the back of the restaurant. Everyone comes out and watches. Sean Penn's friend, who's someone else in the film world, is egging him on to do this. And he ends up crashing on the motorcycle. But what happens is she falls off, as I mentioned, and to go with this running theme, her boyfriend or wannabe boyfriend runs and goes and tries to save her. You can't tell at first what's happening when he starts running, but that's adding to this sort of theme of running towards each other, running towards a vision of yourself or how you see yourself. So anyway, towards the end of the film, he's doing well with his businesses that he's doing, and he's extremely young to be starting companies and having storefronts, but whatever, it's a movie. And you can assume maybe his mom is putting her name on these. But anyway, so towards the end of the movie, he ends up running towards her. He's running, she's running, and then they end up meeting at the end of their running. So it's one person who is running towards different versions of themselves and then converging. And yeah, there's that 10-year age gap, and that's weird, but I don't think that's the story they're trying to tell, like some pedophilia thing. I think it's more symbolic than it is to try and tell a story of people that age. So anyway, I thought the movie was pretty good. I definitely recommend seeing it. It's not crazy long, and it's entertaining the whole way through, and I'm giving just very brief pieces of the plot. I think I don't want to end up ruining any of it. So I hope you watch it. I hope you find this useful before or after you watch it to help firm up your understanding of the movie.